So welcome, everyone. Beautiful music to put us in that mood, right? To get us vibrating in that way, that positive energy, which is what unity is all about. And it's not just in the words, it's in the vibrational frequency that we create with the words. And so today, well, actually, last month, I mentioned a work that I'm going to be drawing from for my talks throughout the year. And I want to tell you a little background about this body of work and how I found this body of work. So I'm going to begin by sharing my screen here and give you just a couple little slides.
Sorry, it's really loud. I think you muted yourself accidentally.
All right.
Can you go back a little back to when you
Okay.
started sharing your slides?
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So I mentioned last month that I was going to be sharing a little bit from this body of work called I Am the Word by Paul Selig. And so I'll be doing that a little bit each month. So today, I want to give you a little background on the book and also the body of work, which is quite a few books that have been channeled through this man since then. But I want to tell you kind of my story. And also, I want to introduce this because I want to invite you to participate with me in a book study of I Am the Word throughout the year. And we'll be settling on a time and a date to be decided so that you all can sign up and maybe participate with me online. But this particular book, I Am the Word, first of all, is I want to tell you my story. So, but way before, I'm living now in Cedar Park, which is north of Austin. But I used to be in the Brownsville area. I lived in Brownsville in the Valley, and I attended Unity Church of Brownsville, as you all probably know. And while I was there, I had a experience. I had several experiences, but I had this one very, very vivid experience. And it was in a time where there was a lot of crisis in my life, and I had a vision. It's the only way I can describe it because I was awake and I was experiencing something that was not usual. So in my vision, I first felt that there was a storm all around me. And there were storms actually. We just had a hurricane and the financial crisis was going on in the world stage and things were not great in my personal life. So there was a lot of storm. But in this vision, I was in the storm, and then I found my way to a space where I was able to get into this space out of the elements, so to speak. And I shut the door behind me, and then I felt a sensation of being sucked into this kind of sealed vacuum space. And it was clear. I could see the room I was in, but the walls were very, very thick of this, I want to call it plexiglass or glass. It was clear, but it was thick. And I was completely sealed within this space. And this space was a column, basically, a tube. And it went up as high as I could see. Up, I was in a tube. That's what it felt like. And then I started seeing uh, what I would consider my life, like artifacts of my life, just kind of being blown away like in a hurricane or in a tornado, like something you'd see in a video. And it reminded me of the scene from The Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy sees, the cow flying and everything kind of flying in front of her eyes. And that's exactly what I was witnessing. But I felt very safe where I was, and I was just witnessing something that was falling apart all around me. And then I heard the words, and this is interesting because I've never had this experience before, but these were clairaudient words. It was not my mind, because I hear my head all the time, I hear my thoughts all the time. This was not that, it was outside of me, and it spoke to me. And it said, "You are free." Very calm, very strong, and very clear. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't have a whole lot of thought about it. It was just an experience. And then it was over, and I went on with whatever it was that was going on in my life, which was a lot of things. A lot of things broke down, and it got me to move. The last thing I wanted to be was quote unquote free from my life. I just wanted my life fixed. I wanted things better. I wanted it different. Um, but I didn't want it over. I didn't want all the change that I ended up experiencing. So, in that change, all right, fast forward several years actually, and I find myself now here in this area in Cedar Park. I had completed or working almost to completion my licensed Unity teacher. I had started, a lot of different things. I had started a brand new life. I mean, literally a brand new life experience. And then one day I was checking my email, and my email said that I had signed up for a workshop in Austin for a channeler by the name of Paul Selig. I'd never heard of Paul Selig. I was not interested in channels. I had nothing against channels. It just wasn't my thing. I was studying Unity. I was studying Charles Fillmore. I was in that path. That was my path. So I thought that was kind of odd that I would get that email, and I thought, well, it's got to be wrong. Uh, I wouldn't have signed up for that. But something made me, and I would say something, and it's always your higher self talking to you, right? It's always your intuition, and we don't always know that. But something made me double check. So the first thing I did is I looked up this guy, Paul Selig, on a YouTube video, and this was early in his career. And so he had a couple of YouTubes on there. And I saw how he did his channeling. And it wasn't very attractive, because he hears it and then he repeats it. He hears it and he repeats it. And it's a little distracting. And once I saw that, I said, okay, for sure, I did not sign up to see this guy. Like, there was nothing about it that was attracting to me. And then something said to me, "No, you did, and you paid money." I'm like, "What?" And so I heard that. And I was in denial. No, I definitely, that did not happen. I'm having an argument with this voice. And so I decided to look up my Discover card statement online in that moment. And sure enough, I paid $100 to go to this workshop. And I'm like, okay, this isn't lost on me. Something wants me there. And somehow, some way, I got the message very clearly. And if I'm going to be in denial of this, and I'm in denial into the reality that I'm experiencing. So I just said yes. And I went to the workshop. So it was a small gathering, not very many people. He was just beginning to get his stuff out there. And I found it very interesting, because when he started channeling, what I heard was the teachings I was learning from Charles Fillmore. And I said, "Does anyone else here know about Charles Fillmore? Because it sounds just like that." So, of course, it was that elevated teaching of consciousness that was coming through in the channel. And then he said the words, "You are free, you are free, you are free." And that's when I finally knew why I was there, and that there was something here for me, for my path. So that's the kind of the big story. I went to the back of the room and I went ahead and bought two books. I bought the first book, which is the I Am the Word, which is the first transmission, and the most recent book that he had channeled at the time. And I was kind of, pretty sure of myself saying, look, I don't know, this is a little weird, but between these two books, I think I'll figure this out. Um, and so I took them home and I began reading. Well, that has totally changed my life because it has taken on a whole new dimension for me. And it allowed me to finish my Licensed Unity teacher training, especially around the very difficult topic of metaphysics. So it served me quite a bit as I completed that. So here is one of the statements from this particular book that I want to share with you about the what does it mean by I am the word? And we talked about this a little bit last month. But it's really about realigning to the self in the possibility that the body that you are standing in is actually a vehicle for the consciousness to experience itself through that. The matter of the body can be transformed as energy. So align to this energy through your intention to receive it, and you will begin to receive energy through it, through the seventh chakra at the top of the head. And you ask the energy to go through your body to align each center, each chakra, each energy vortex in the body. And you move and you move and you move in frequency. So it really is about embodying that Christ vibration that is still present and always available to us, but we don't really know how to step into it or how to allow it. So that is the whole purpose of this book. So the word, as stated in the book and also as stated by Christ, is the vibration of God in action. Word is action. It is creation. So when you say I am word, we are decreeing ourselves as the creator in action. Actually, when we say I am anything, is what we teach in unity, we are claiming that as who we are. So when you decree I am word, you summon to you your own anchoring as the Christ itself and begin to make this manifest in form, which is what we were charged with by Jesus Christ, our way shower. He took the claims and went through this process. And now we are stepping into this in our own reality. And it's necessary for us as we embody this consciousness of Christ and manifest the light to the world through us. And it's not in any major, fancy, spectacular way. It's in everything and anything we do. It's how we walk around in the world. So the teachings include a series of affirmations or attunements, and I'm going to share those with you here just as a foundation, because these are the things that we attune to with this frequency that is being brought to us through these teachings to take us kind of to that next level where we now are also living through this experience in our ascension, our development, really our allowance to be what we were here and made to be and do. So we start with I am word through my body. That's the first attunement, the first claim. I am word through my body. So I'm going to ask you to just go ahead and repeat that. I am word through my body. So this is the initial decree to bring the body into alignment with the vibration of the creator, to embody this frequency. So you're choosing that. Then the second one is I am word through my vibration. That's spirit. So I invite you to repeat. I am word through my vibration. So this attunement acknowledges and commands the change in your entire frequency to align to the frequency of God. So we're aligning first body and spirit or energy, vibration. And then the third attunement is I am word through my knowing, which is the mind, my awareness. So I invite you to repeat that. I am word through my knowing. Very simply, this says, I am word through my consciousness. I am word signifies itself as consciousness. I am word through my understanding of myself. And that self that we're talking about is our Christ self, our higher self that is being expressed through our personality and our current life and our current um, experience. So in the first attunement, we would say, I am word through my body, word, I am word. I am word through my vibration, word, I am word. I am Word through my knowing of myself as Word. Word, I am Word. And this attunement is what begins to align us to the Creator source of our being. We have to start there. We align first to that. So, what's ours to do is to align to that expression that was made possible for us through our understanding of the life of Jesus the Christ. He brought that forward. He made it possible. He opened the door. And now we're choosing to align to that and to align to Word, to align that we are an aspect of the Creator, also in expression. So I really wanted to give you a little background of why do we say these words? What does it mean to say I am Word? What does it mean to align to the aspect of the Creator in expression? Most of us walk around believing that we're separate, somehow separate from Source. And so we're thinking in terms of Source, God, and me and them and us and other, and all of us separated. And so in unity, I mean, even the word unity says we're we are affirming and uplifting and aspiring to unity. So unity means no separation, to remove those things that separate us. But we're living individuated lives and individuated expressions. And so, it's a little confusing to see it that way. But when we begin to align to the truth that we are an aspect of the Creator in expression, we are the action of the Creator of Source in expression through our individuated consciousness here on earth now. That's a way to really empower our presence. And it also heals, it lifts, and it helps us see. So now the things that we have been talking about, that we have learned, that was been taught, bring on a new meaning. There's a new meaning to it when we're aligning to this power within ourselves as Word. So that's the background of this particular book. But there's so much more because this book is quite a vibrational, energetic text. And I say this because of the experiences I've had uh, in studying this work and spending time with this work and allowing it to align my consciousness and all of the things that have changed around me because of it. And so I am just very excited to be able to share this particular book with you. These concepts, these ideas that what is it that what's it all about, Alfie? Why are we here? What's the purpose of our presence? And it's again, it's to live the life that we have and make the choices that we're making. And to always know that we're free to choose. We have that free will, which was today's daily word, which is what I heard. I am free. What that meant to me has unfolded and unfolded in time and continues to unfold in my realization and in what it is that it's revealing to me, as it does and it will for each one of you when we align to it. So it's an invitation. It's an invitation to step into this work, to utilize it as a way, as a guide for the ascension of your consciousness. Sometimes the word ascension seems lofty, but it's really about a new point of view, a view through the eyes of the Christ, an understanding of the power that we have been given in our dominion as individual expressions in the world. For every thought we think, every emotion we feel, which is an energy, and how we direct that in the creation of the world in front of us. And there are many, many teachings that come through here that are really beautiful and simple, that it's very easy for us to align to, and we begin to see those. And I've alluded to them very many, all the way as I've been speaking with you all through the months. And I want to continue to do that, but I want to do it with some more foundation so it doesn't feel like I'm just pulling from the air, because I'm not pulling from the air. When I'm sharing with you is I'm sharing bits and pieces of this, and in the hopes that they're little sparks, in the hopes that they will catch fire in your heart, in your mind, and will also help to guide you and lead you forward as we move through these transitioning times. And the book originally was designed just for that. And there's so much in this original transmission. Energetically, I found that the book seems to be perfect for me at any moment. So I reach for it a lot. And what I needed to see how it matched with what I was learning in Unity. That was what I personally needed. Not everybody needs that, but I did. And so this helped me a lot make those connections from what Unity teaches and moving beyond that to the next level of that in manifestation and in possibility and in potential in the world. And I find that to be a very exciting uh, uh, thought, and it's a thought that I believe is here to help with a lot of what we're here to be and do. And I'm saying exactly where you are right now. There's nothing that you have to change in order to be in alignment with this. You just have to choose it. You just have to claim it. That this is the truth of you. I am Word. I am Word. I know who I am in truth. I am Word. And so you claim it, which is what we teach in Unity, those affirmations. And we allow that alignment to guide us and lead us to the next thought and the next action that is inspired by the light that we truly are. So I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share this with you. And I am very excited to offer this book study for you that we can do online as we move forward. And I will be bringing little bits from this teaching because I really do believe that this teaching is helping us understand what is ours to do. Thank you.